Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, smartphone, power seats and windows, air condition, all wrapped up in a steel housing. Today's vehicles are, in fact, electric cages. Caught inside, drivers and passengers. No need to worry, industry representatives keep claiming, but reliable studies on the issue are rare. Now, for the first time, scientists at the Mainz University in Germany are gearing up to explore the effects of those electronic assistants on the human body using the latest measuring technology. Their findings may change the way we use electronic devices in cars forever. Property developer Peter Hofer has brought his car to the Gabriel-Tech company in Kelkheim. Ever since he drives his electronically fully equipped SUV, he feels driving, oddly enough, has become more exhausting than before. I'm fine, I'm completely calm. Then I get into the car and pretty soon I definitely feel my stress level rising. And that's probably not always caused by other drivers in traffic. This is why I've come here. I just want to know what effect radiation, electromagnetic radiation, has on me when I'm in my car. And if it has an effect on our brains, then it will affect traffic safety as well. I think that's understood. But what exactly does this radiation do to the body, to the brain? Does it do anything at all? This is what the scientists want to find out as they team up with Gabriel-Tech researchers. Multiple measurements already performed by Gabriel-Tech technicians have shown in modern vehicles, electromagnetic fields keep getting stronger and stronger.
The
Gabriel-Tech company has executed investigations on electromagnetic loads in vehicles for years, and every time we are surprised to find the measured values are that high. Do Wi-Fi and other technologies really affect the human brain? This is what Dr. Diana Hens wants to know, preparing a new type of EEG device. With a full set of 128 electrodes, it can measure a person's brain activity with unprecedented accuracy. And this person does not even need to sit still. The advantage of this new device is that it can already correct artifacts caused by the person's movements online. With this EEG system, it is possible to measure while in motion, doing sports and also while driving a car, maintaining a very high clinical standard. This is crucial. The results must be reliable and withstand any re-examination. All measurement devices are shielded against interfering radiation.
Mit diesem Gerät messen wir die hochfrequente Strahlung.
By using this wire-framed rack, we protect the computer because we want to ensure that no external fields can connect with our metrological instruments and cause unwanted side effects. Hence, we shield and isolate the laptop and the related EEG wires from the proband's head to the laptop computer. Thus, we eliminate external high-frequency impacts on our devices, which may distort our results.
Nicht durch starke äußere hochfrequente Strahlung manipuliert wird.
The gauges humming and beeping make it audible. Everywhere's radiation and electromagnetic fields. But in the shielded case, there's silence. Now the scientists join Peter Hofer in his car. The EEG records what happens inside his brain when step by step more devices and electronic assistants are switched on. First, we measure the brain activity in a resting state. The display shows a resting EEG as we would expect in a resting state. Peter Hofer starts the engine. With the engine running, we already see a change in brain activity. How long does it take after starting the engine until you eventually have a robust result? The readings have to be processed offline. That means we have to carry out different analysis steps to exclude, for example, vibrations of the engine from the final results. We activate a cell phone call using the car's speakerphone via a Bluetooth connection. Now we add Wi-Fi to the cell phone call. You see at first glance that there is a further increase in gamma activity inside the brain. Alarming results. They clearly show electric and electronic systems and radio emitters have a distinct measurable effect on the human brain. Is this the reason for headaches and stress? When I'm in the car for a while, I feel my stress level just being higher than it should be. If the results of the Mainz University scientists continue to be confirmed, this could have far-reaching consequences for every driver and smartphone owner. Dr. Diana Hens has verified the results. It is important for the scientific analysis that we identify interference signals originating from a technical malfunction, for example, strong electromagnetic fields that could affect the electrodes. But even a person's movements, eye movement or heartbeat, may cause distortion of the EEG signal. And successively, we subtract out those unwanted inputs from the total signal. The researchers go even further. In a significant double-blind study covering a variety of vehicles of different manufacturers with various drivers, they conclude the results are no individual cases. Radio emitters and electronics affect the human brain to an extent the scientists would never have thought is possible. To be honest, before performing the measurements, we expected to not find any effects. And then we were surprised to find the effects are indeed consistent and that they are so severe that really shocked us. Renowned sports scientist Professor Dr. Wolfgang Schöllhorn supervised the study. For him, the results are alarming too. The car study showed that with each electric device that is switched on inside the passenger cabin, we observe an increase of so-called gamma frequencies in the cerebrum. And gamma frequencies, these are the highest frequencies our brain actually can produce. They're associated with complex tasks, but also with a lot of stress. The stress of the gamma frequencies almost always comes along with a full body reaction. We can see that in terms of increased muscle activity. Mostly it's the neck muscles that tense. It is associated with a change in skin resistance. It also changes the heart rhythm. Then it can have a massive impact on one's health. This is where the Gabriel technology comes in. Gabriel chips reduce alternating electromagnetic fields without restricting the functionality of electric and electronic devices, simply by sticking them in the right places. Interference suppression in a car leads to the fact that the different physical fields are reduced in their interaction potential. This results in a significant, measurable reduction of the total interaction between the different fields. But it takes time for the Gabriel chip to fully unfold its effect. 6 weeks after his car has been equipped with the Gabriel technology for interference suppression, the scientists measure Peter Hofer's brain frequencies again. The results? Peter Hofer's brain now shows only very little reaction to the different radiation sources and electric devices inside the vehicle, stationary as well as in motion. Before the interference suppression, we found an extreme activation in the gamma range while driving, especially when using Wi-Fi. After interference suppression, there has been a change. We now measure significantly less gamma activation in brain activity. General practitioner Andreas Scheler already drove tens of thousands of miles with the Gabriel chip. 18 months ago, he had equipped his car with the Gabriel technology interference suppression. After that, not only his brain activity is measurably reduced while driving, he also feels it. Well, especially the long distance feels a lot more relaxed now. This is something you notice pretty fast. So I'd say a ride of 300-400 miles that takes much less effort now, far less exhaustion after all. All measurement results clearly show the improvements. Dr. Diana Hens compares brain activity before and after interference suppression. Eventually, the scientists are convinced. We clearly have a stronger brain activation here. That means the brain is generally more activated by electromagnetic radiation, which may lead to certain irritations or mood disorders. After the anti-interference measure, the brain is almost back to normal mode, which means only those parts of the brain are active that are absolutely necessary for driving. And what about electric cars? the Mainz University scientists and the Gabriel team have also examined e-cars. Here we see the results in the Peugeot. We have tested a Peugeot with an electric engine, and with this Peugeot we found very strong activations on the right side of the driver's head, especially when turning on Wi-Fi and cell phone. After interference suppression, and about 2 months later, we see a significant reduction of the brain's stress reaction. Meanwhile, the double-blind study of the Mainz University about the Gabriel chip in the mobile communication sector has also been published in the scientific journal Frontiers in Neuroscience. The results of the car study refer to cars of different manufacturers. It proves that radio and electrics actually have measurable biological effects on the human body, and the Gabriel technology works. Our first results from both the cell phone study and the double-blind study in cars show that the application of the Gabriel chip leads to a reduction of these gamma frequencies. It's not enough to eliminate it completely, but it leads to a significant reduction. That's what we can measure so far on the phenomenological level. Many drivers tell us that when they are in the car being exposed to very strong electromagnetic fields, they suffer from stress while driving, that they feel under pressure all the time. And after the interference suppression, many of the test persons report this stress response is noticeably decreasing. This means they feel much more relaxed while driving. You can see that very well on these pictures. The stress level of the brain has declined, and that indicates this is not an imagination, but has in fact its physiological foundations. Physical measurability, effects proven by scientific methods. This is top priority at Gabriel-Tech. Whatever product we offer, we want to have measurement records about everything so we can give evidence. We let nothing hit the market before that isn't done. This is no magic. You can determine and check it in physical units of measure. The Gabriel technology does work. The effects are metrologically detectable. That is probably the biggest distinction from our competitors. That's because the scientific evidence relates exclusively to the Gabriel technology, not the concepts of other suppliers. With the Gabriel chip, you'll enjoy a more relaxed and healthier driving experience, even with mobile phones, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. The findings of the Mainz University will trigger further investigations and research. After all, most drivers today are provable wireless with incalculable consequences for health and road safety.